Hello everyone and welcome to DB Designs. I'm Deb. Today I'm going to bring you my Friday sews. I have finished the Alana dress by Atelier Jupe and I have completed a Nerida Hansen Remnant top. So stay tuned if you want to hear all about that. Welcome everyone, this is DB Designs and Sewing Australia and I'm Deb. Thank you to all my subscribers and thank you to everyone for watching. If you haven't subscribed, now's the time to do it. Doesn't cost anything. Having said that, thank you to everybody who has bought me a coffee through my Ko-fi account. It is very much appreciated. First, I have finished my Atelier Jupe Alana dress, which if you remember is this beautiful dress here. And there's 3 different styles of waistbands you can do. As soon as I saw it, I knew which one I was going to do. Which is the one the model's wearing, which is the pleated front one. Let me have a look and see if... So there are 3 different types of waist you can do in it. Version A is, it looks like it's shirred, but it's actually 3 rows of elastic. And version B, which is the version that I did, is the pleated front waistband. And version C is just a plain waistband. So I did version B, but I am actually interested in doing version A next time. Pretty easy construction. I tell you what I did notice, and I only noticed it today when I was looking through it. With the different versions, it's got sewing levels on it. So it's saying the version A, which is elastic in 3 small encased elastics. So in other words, you're sewing 3 channels. You've got an inner and an outer waistband. So that's actually very easy to do. You're just sewing 2 rows of stitching and threading elastic through it like you would for a waistband really. Oh, for a waistband of say an elastic waist skirt or pants. And it says that that sewing level is intermediate. Version B, and they're calling it a waistband with small pleats in the front. The version requires precision. The waistband has elastic in the back because the front waistband is not stretching. And this version is a bit tighter to put on, and the sewing level is advanced. I wouldn't really say it was advanced. I would say it was intermediate. And version C, they're also calling intermediate. It's a straight waistband that's added to the front piece. You slightly gather the front. The waistband has elastic in the back. So it's the same type of back waistband as version B. Okay, version A with the elastic channels actually goes all the way around the waist. It's not just in the front. So its elastic in the back is actually taken up by that. But I hadn't noticed that in this book before. I'm sure everyone has seen the versions of this dress because that's beautiful fabric too. And this petrol coloured fabric is gorgeous, but you can't get it. So really, really nice pattern. And I made size 40. Now it is plenty big enough to get over my head and plenty big enough to get over my boobs because it has no zipper and no closures. So here's the dress here. I'm very, very happy with it. The only thing I would say is it called for 4mm elastic, 4 centimetre elastic, 40 mil. And I think I could have fitted 50 mil in it, so 5 centimetre elastic in it. And that would have made it a bit, I really like it when elastic fits exactly into the waistband. I think it makes a really nice effect because it makes it stand tall. So I have considered stitching that down. I don't know that I will. I will be inserting photos so you can see what it looks like on. But I think it's going to be a great winter dress. And I love the sleeves, and the sleeves are a great length. Now, I didn't alter the length of the sleeves. You can see on the girl that her sleeves, I don't want to say they're a 3/4 sleeve, probably a 7/8 sleeve. But on me, they're a long sleeve. But they're not going over my hands. There's no issue with it. And beautiful fabric. I love the fabric. It's gorgeous. So it has no back seam, no front seam. So the back and front are one piece. The back and front skirts are one piece. It does have some slight gathering here and some slight gathering in the front. There's no gathering in the back bodice. That just looks like there is because there's a little bit of elastic in the back. Now, the elastic's not tight. And it said for the size I did to do 38 centimetres of elastic, which is what I did. And I just held it across my back and it was stretching slightly, but not really very much at all. And a little tiny bit of gathering in the skirt at the back. But the gathering in the back part mainly comes from the fact that it's got elastic in it. Yes, and a little bit of gathering in the front of the skirt, but really, really happy with it. But it doesn't have pockets. And so it has no bust darts because it's got bit of gathering on the yoke. Now this yoke comes around to the front, so it's not a yoke that goes to your shoulder. It actually comes around to the front here, as you can see from the line drawings. So very comfortable. When you put it on, I could stitch the facing down, but I haven't, because when you put it on, the facing comes out, but once you tuck it back in, it doesn't come out again. So I think the longest I've had it on for is 2.5-ish hours, and the facing didn't come out, so I figured that it's going to be okay. I will stitch it down. I hand stitched it down, of course, here where it meets the yoke, but other than that, it's not stitched down at all. It is understitched to keep it from rolling out, but really, really happy with this make. It's a really nice make, quite easy, but I think I would like to try the other one that's elasticized all the way around with the 3 channels. So it looks like it's shirred, or you could do a shirred panel if you wanted to. But the 3 channels of elastic would be nice. And I'm thinking that they're thinking it's 6mm elastic. Do they say? Oh, it says 7mm. Well, I don't know that there's 7mm here. 6mm elastic, which is your normal elastic. Even the sort that you can buy at the supermarket is generally 6mm. So really happy with this dress. And for once, I made the correct size, which is size 40, because I've been doing the right thing and tracing off all of my patterns. Now, the next thing I made was the Nerida Hansen Remnant top. And I made size 12. It's a really nice pattern. You can see this fabric in the sleeves is different than the fabric in the body, and the fabric on the trim is the Lion and Coyote that I used in something else. So that's the trim is a different fabric again, but they're all color coordinated, so they all match. It's not a bad pattern, but it's big. Man, is it big. I made the 12. If I was going to make it again, I would make the size 8. That's how much too big it is. And I would probably take 4 inches off the sleeve length. The sleeves are really, really long. And very voluminous. And this band doesn't really do anything because it's not like it's going to come in close to your arm so you could ever pull those sleeves up. So I am thinking that I will run a bit of hat elastic through that to bring those cuffs in a bit further, or take the band off and do something else with it. But very, very large. And being in such soft fabric, it's very floppy because it's got so much gathering in it. Really nice sleeve. So you can see the sleeve's got all these pleats going on. So if you look at it like that, it's pleated in there. So really nice construction, and when your shoulder's in it, it's what's creating all the volume instead of having it gathered. I'm glad I only did use remnant fabric that I had, because it's very big, very, very big. I like it, and I really like the colours. A lot of cobalt blue in it. And you were supposed to have a little turn-up hem that you put your tie through, but it was going to make it so short, and considering the width of it, it was just going to be way too boxy. It's too big in the shoulders, it's too big everywhere. So if I make it again, which I may do, I probably will alter the volume in the sleeves and shorten them considerably and make a size 8. So that was my first go at the Nerida Hansen Remnant top. Now, when I was at Nerida Hansen Big Sewing Day Out, she had several of those remnant tops made up. And when I think about it, I think they must have been size 8. They would have had to have been. I never asked what size they were. I don't think they had a size inside them. But in hindsight, I should have asked her what size they were and tried them on, because we could have tried the stuff on. There was no issue with that. I really like it, but it is way too big. The other things I've been doing is I have cut out and got ready to sew my Matchy Matchy Sewing Club Perfect Puff Sleeve top, which is this top here. And they're the only images I've got because I don't print out the instructions. I just look at them on my computer in an effort to be a bit more environmentally friendly and not a tree killer. And it's using the beautiful fabric from my Van Gogh box. So I've got that ready to start sewing. And it's, in fact, and I'm sure it will come out shortly, it's sort of copying of Kristen. I'm not making the one that buttons up the front. It's just going to be a pull over the head job. And it's actually got, you can't tell from that neckline, but it's actually got a bias neckline. Yeah, it's got a bias neckline, not a face neckline. The other thing I've been doing is I have cut out the pattern for the Bella dress. So I've traced off the pattern and cut that out. And I shortened the sleeves of the Bella dress by 2 inches, because when I measured what the finished sleeve length was, it was going to be way longer than the 7/8 that is in the model. And so that's what I did, just waiting for my navy blue linen to dry completely so I can iron it. Other fabrics I will iron when they're 3/4 dry, but not linen, because it does have a tendency to stretch out, and any sort of heat can make linen stretch. So sometimes linen grows when it's on your body, and that's just from your body heat during the day. And so I actually try and use a fairly dry-ish iron on linen. I just find that it does a better job. And what I'm wearing today is my corset Bridget blouse, and this is in the Liz Taylor fabric from the Dahlia Sewciety. This is a really good pattern, so I will stand up so you can see. You can have a tie at the back, and I have got that top pinned just there. You can see where the neckline starts to go. Looks crooked, doesn't it? That is actually supposed to come down to here and the collar open back to there, but it becomes too low. So I've got it pinned, but I could always put another button on it, I guess. But you can, the fabric actually starts to cut away there. Probably can't tell because the fabric's so patterned. And I'm just wearing it with ready-to-wear jeans. Next time you see me, I will have my Matchy Matchy puff sleeve top made up, and hopefully my Bella dress too. The other thing I've got is we had to clean out Dad's house because he's going into aged care. He's 96 next month, so he's done really well living on his own for 16 years. So, and 16 years since Mum passed away, and he's only just requiring more assistance now. So we cleaned out his house and I found heaps of Mum's sewing stuff. We actually cleaned out her sewing stuff after she died because I think one of my nieces took her horn cabinet and her sewing machine, which was fairly new. And this is a button box. You can see it's been too close to the iron and in a really old Tupperware container. So that's a button box with buttons in it that I can see. That's buttons I went through when I was a kid. This clown tin. I hate clowns. I'm sure that's one of the people from Zig and Zag. Is that what that clown is? Anybody who's in Australia remember Zig and Zag? I think it might be. Obviously it had biscuits in it at some stage. Got a whole lot of stuff in here. I can see things in here that cost 7 cents. So, and I've got a whole suitcase full of fabric. So I don't know what condition that fabric's in, how long it was before Mum opened it. I know the last things that she was making, probably 17 years ago, was dolls' cradles and dolls' beds, mattresses and blankets and little pillows, because Dad was in a woodworking club and they used to make dolls' beds and all that sort of thing, and she'd make all the little mattresses and all that sort of thing for it. So I'm assuming there's some of that sort of thing in there. I'm not sure where else it would be. But if you'd like to spend some time with me and go through Mum's stash that was left, just let me know. Some of it is hilarious, I'm sure. There's probably stuff in the bottom of that case that I actually made when I was at school. I'm not sure what's in there. I'm a bit afraid to open it. There's nothing that's moving in there, so I'm assuming there's no snakes in there. When we were cleaning out Dad's house, there's no spiders in his house, so not like my house. No redbacks, only slaters, a couple of daddy long legs, that's it. No whitetails even. Maybe that's when you're really close to the beach. Maybe you don't get them, I don't know. Certainly get them here. Anyway, that's all for me this week. Please like and subscribe. My glasses look like they're crooked. Maybe the camera's crooked. And everybody have a great week. Just let me know if you want to go through Mum's case and tin and melted button box. And you know, I think when I was at secondary school that was already melted, and goodness only knows it was probably me that left it close to the iron. Probably me. They cost 98 cents. Who knew you could get 6 buttons for 98 cents? Just let me know. Everyone have a great week. I'll talk to you all soon. Bye.